Hello, today I'm going to be showing you how to paint this horse in a landscape painting in acrylics on a 12 by 12 inch canvas panel. The first thing to do once you've drawn out the horse is to give the entire canvas a coat of acrylic medium. And then while that's wet, I'm just going to apply some phthalo blue and a little bit of yellow ochre to create an imprimatura to paint onto. So it's easier than painting onto a white canvas. It's much nicer. And the acrylic medium is there. Once that's dried and cooled down, it will stop the paint from drying a little bit more. So it makes it slower really, because it doesn't absorb into the canvas as much. So it does slow the drying process down a little. Now with my large 1-inch bristle brush, I'm just going to put in the basic tones using Payne's grey of the horse into that background there, just so I don't lose that drawing that I've already put down. And that's basically it. Just put a few little dark areas here and a little bit of a shadow underneath the horse as well. Bit of yellow ochre into that Payne's grey will give me a nice dark green colour, which is what I need for the shadow areas. Now once I've cleaned the brush, I'll use a white with a little bit of vermilion, tiny touch of vermilion, just to give me a warmer white. It just warms it up a little bit. It's nicer than painting with pure white. Don't really paint with pure white so much. It's very cold and chalky sort of a colour. And it's always much nicer if you can add something to it, whether it's yellow ochre, a little bit of cadmium orange or vermilion, something to just warm it up a little bit. Now a little bit more of that phthalo blue and white into that sky there to give me a little bit of that bluish colour in the top part, and a little bit of that vermilion added into that blue will give me this nice purple colour for some of the variety and shadow areas in the grass. And a little bit of burnt sienna there and white will also help me to get that grassy like colour. Little spray of water, and then with my silicon tool, my catalyst silicon tool, I can move the paint around and spread it around, make it messy, but I'm also creating the grass because I'm using it as if the wind is blowing from the left to the right and is blowing the grass over to the right. And you'll see that as it progresses. I'll show you how to do that. So with a bit of Payne's grey and white, I'm just going to put in some of the highlights very loosely and very quickly into the horse. This is an Impressionist style painting, so it's not going to be detailed. It's all about the boldness of the brush strokes. Okay, and everybody will paint something like this completely different. Even if you tried copying this painting of mine, it will be completely different because you all have your own different styles. I'm just trying to show you different techniques and variations of ways of painting and doing things that you can then use those to your own advantage and do your own paintings and just be you. When you're doing a painting like this, don't have in your mind at the time that you're trying to compete with everyone else and you've got to be better than everybody else. It doesn't matter. That doesn't apply in art. I used to be like that many years ago, many decades ago. But these days I realise it's just about having fun because we all produce art differently. So just enjoy the process. And don't forget to have fun with it, because that's what it's all about. If you're not having fun with it, it will show in the painting, and you also probably shouldn't be painting. Just let your imagination go wild. Let the brushstrokes go wild. So back to the catalyst silicon tool again, and this is the second layer I've done on this now, that first layer being dry. The second layer goes on a little bit more smoothly. Okay, I'll just put this colour back in. That was a little bit of sorry, it was a little bit of vermilion, that's the word I'm looking for, and a little bit of yellow ochre and white to give me that colour. A bit of raw umber in there as well with that vermilion will give me a darker red tone. a brownish colour. And now I've gone on to my old worn bristle fan brush, which I love using these things. I love worn brushes. As you can see the direction I'm painting in all the time, that diagonal that I'm doing, because the wind is blowing from the left to the right, and the light is coming from the left to the right as well. So keep those things in mind as you paint. So that gives me that effect of blowing grass there. Like that. And just keep adding different colours into that until I'm happy with it. Then back to the silicone tool, this time using its edge, and I can make little marks in there like grasses. Just by moving it up and down like that, it creates automatically this grass-like look. Now I've left links in the description below if you're interested in any of the tools and materials that I use, and if you use those links then you'll be helping to support me and my channel, and this helps me to keep bringing you these videos. Now my YouTube channel also has a members section, which is very reasonable. For the price of a cup of coffee you can become a member, and for that you will get to see these videos before anyone else does. You have priority. And you also will be included, you get to see all the live streaming videos that I will be doing live. So you can actually participate and comment live. Anyway, back to the painting. Putting the Payne's grey back in again and then blending those legs down into the grass so they're not just standing there on nothing. They don't just suddenly end, they blend into the grasses. And a bit of phthalo blue and white into that sunlit area now on the back of it, and a few little bits in the horse itself, on the face and on its chest there, just to give little hints that is three-dimensional. I can add some of those colours into the grasses as well to create the colour harmony. So you've got some of the grass colour now going into the horse to create that harmony. I will go over those. They're a bit bright, but I will alter those as we go along. And things will need altering. I've noticed the leg, the front right leg, is not correct, so I will change that. So just using a bit of the background colour, I'll just alter that there. And also this leg here. I need to thicken the leg up on that left side there, like that, because I've taken it away from the right hand side. So it's very easy to change things with acrylics and correct mistakes, because we all make mistakes. There isn't an artist born that doesn't make mistakes. There was one there. Wet your finger and just rub it and it'll go away. Okay, with a small brush now, I'm just putting in a few tiny little touches just to give the hint of a mane flowing there and perhaps coming across the throat there to show that the wind's blowing from left to right. I'll put the eye in a little bit darker and that fringe. Now I need to just refine the outline of the horse here. That's better. And just, that's it, make the eye a little bit more discernible, and also the nostril picks up a little bit of light on the edge of the nostril. A few little lighter colours into where the sunlight's hitting the horse, just subtly. I'm not going to go mad with this. I don't want to get too involved and dragged down the detail route. I want to stay well away from that. So I'm only using this brush in a very, very loose style and manner. And I'm blending, just putting a light edge on the back end of the horse there, just so that it blends rather than is a sharp, hard edge. Because the hard edge is around the face and the head. And everywhere else leads you to that. So if you have soft edges everywhere else, it will take you up to those sharp edges. Your eye will automatically go there. I'll just put some lights back into this area to make the horse stand out a bit more. You do have to go over these areas several times for them to stay bright, before they do stay bright, because it will, as it dries, it will get slightly more dull. Just a little bit. So I'm just going to use a bit of dry brush technique here, just to give me a little bit of cloud-like brush strokes. And then a little bit brighter with perhaps a little bit of that vermilion in for the base. Now I'm putting in larger, more drastic and powerful brush strokes, very loose. I'll do the same here with the grasses. Much more loose now, a bit more bold. And I'll do a few variations of these. Then a quick spray of water, and with my kitchen fork I'll just drag through in the same direction that the grasses are blowing, and it automatically looks like grass. And that's a great little sgraffito technique. Putting the darks back into the horse now, where it's required, and where I've gone a little bit light with some things, I can go over it. And also put some lights back in. Like that. That's looking much better now. So it's not far off. I'll just keep messing with these darks until I've got those right, and then I'll just refine some of the edges now with this white. See how it's sunken in, gone a little bit dark, so I just need to brighten those up a little bit. Like that. And around the muzzle, once again, put the highlights in. I'll put a couple of little highlights in around the eye as well. Not with white though, with an off grey. And when that's all done, that's the painting finished. If you have enjoyed this video and hopefully found it interesting and entertaining, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Be sure to click on the little bell icon if you wish to be notified of my latest videos. Hopefully I will see you on my next painting video, so until then, have a lovely day and happy painting!